Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Now we're going to make our faux window. Now if you've watched my some of my older videos when I built the TARDIS, you'll notice how I did this. You just cut your piece of plexiglass to whatever size the window is going to be, and then you spray paint the back side of it with a flat black, and then when you peel your front off here after all is said and done, you have a nice black background, and then you glue your stiles on there. So, but first we want to make our frame. And we've already measured. This is a 16 by 18 piece of plexiglass. So we cut our frame to fit around it, and with just enough back cut to give us a little wiggle room just in case something doesn't line up. But this glue will give it a good bond. That'll hold it together right nicely. Now we'll go ahead and do our other pieces here. Here we go, we got a nice frame. Alright, now time for some glue. There's some glue around the perimeter here. We're going to smear this glue flat. Set our glass down in here like so. I'll let that set up, and then what you have is a nice faux window that's ready for our little stiles, you know, to make the little panes in the glass. Alright, so there is our faux window. Now we're going to stick a little bit of glue on the back side of it here, and we'll mount it. That's it for the dog bowl. That's about 5:30 in the morning, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a coat of paint on that piece of wood that I built last night that's going to hold the dog dishes. That way when I get home after work today, this evening, then the paint will be dry and I can go ahead and get it mounted onto the doghouse. So let's get cracking. Oh yeah. Now once she's all said and done, I got these stainless steel bowls from Wally World. I forget, I think they were only like $6 or $7 a piece. And they'll set down these 2 holes there. It'll be up off the floor just a little bit, and then I got some thumb holes in there to where you can reach in there to get it, pull them up out of the thing. You'll appreciate that when it's like 10 below outside and you're out there trying to get the water dish up out of there so you can knock the ice out of it. Alright, so back from work. It's now like what time is it? 5:30 maybe? 5:45? Oh well. Anyway, long work day. And then that's all dried up good enough for me to go ahead and mount it. And she's going to go right there underneath the window. So stand by here while we get this thing going. I'd say that's a vote of approval.
Here's your water. Here's your water over here. There you go. Good girl.
Yeah.
Daddy got you all fixed up.
You're not spoiled, are you?
She's probably gonna be like, oh, it's not over there anymore. It's right
Yeah,
come
it's over here.
Yeah, see, this is your doghouse.
Mm-hmm. Clean that bowl out real good, ain't she?
Good girl. Maybe the water will stay cooler in the metal while the other one's metal.
Yep.
Maybe.
So there, we got that done. Now I got some indoor-outdoor carpet I'm going to lay down in there and then put a little ledge on the edge there to protect the wood. And then we'll do the trim. And that should be it. So, that carpet I was talking about, this is just some cheap carpet you can buy at Walmart in the automotive department. Most people just use this for like covering speaker boxes and stuff like that. But I have some left over from eons ago. I guess I'm a pack rat, so don't judge me. But that'll be perfect to lay down in the entryway of her little doghouse. And then I need to put like a little flashing to protect that edge of the wood so it doesn't get rotten and beat up from her going in and out of the doghouse. So I have a little piece of scrap from my trim coil, which of course is the same exact color as the roof and all, and matches the color on the doghouse. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut that to the width of our door, and once we do that, then we'll divide it in half and we'll bend it on the siding bender I got out here. Alrighty. The best way to cut this stuff is to actually score it and then snap it. Because if you try and cut it with like snips or shears, it just curls on you and makes it real nasty. So what we'll do, we'll run this through here like so. And we'll line it up on our cut line here. Lock it down. Then you just take a regular utility knife like this, and you just score it real good a couple times. Put some good pressure on it, but be careful. You don't want to cut yourself. Alright, then you just bend it back and forth a couple times. And it pops right free like that. And the same thing, we just score it. May have to score it a couple of times, but that's okay. If you have a hard time starting your cut over here, then come around the other way. And start from this way and come back. Once you score it a few times, you just bend it, and there you go. Now we're going to make our bend, but the thing you got to watch for, you got to remember, is this trim coil is always going to have its color on one side and it'll be white on the other. So it's kind of like multi-purpose, or you can use it for a roof matching color or a white for like eaves and that sort of thing. So you want to make sure you bend it the right way, because we want our color to show. So we're going to bend it this way, so we'll have this up and bend up that way. And we'll set our bender here on our line. Lock it down. And our 90. If you go a little tight, that's okay. You can always pull it back. And there we go. Nice and easy. Or easy peasy, as I say. And we'll put our piece of trim in here. And what that does is that just protects this edge. And if you just had raw wood here, it would get worn off and it would get wet and it would rot. So put this in here like so. And then just a couple of standard roofing nails. I'm going to put those in. Top here. This kind of attention to detail will make this doghouse last, you know, whatever the 13 to 15 years I'm going to have with Maddie here. So you don't want to make a half-assed doghouse and then have to go back and rebuild it and fix it later. Just build it right the first time, and then you'll be good. All it has to do is just cover this one entryway here, and then we'll trim it off with our knife. And we just trim it right off along the bottom. And there we go. Ain't that pretty? Here, I'll take you down inside and let you have a closer look. Alright. There we go. Now she's got a nice carpeted walkway into her dog box, and then of course her mattress will be inside. And she likes to lay there too sometimes, so that'll give her something comfy to lay on. So we got the roof done. We got the dog bowls in place. We got that done. All I really got left to do now is the trim work. So I got the corner trim, and then I'll trim the gap between the two halves of the house, and then I'll show you how my roof works. So the roof opens two ways. You can open the whole thing and get down inside, or should I have to work on the heater, then I can open this up and be able to get to all that. So all that's nice and easy. Of course, you saw how the other part of it lifted up. I still have to make my prop rod and all that, but that's a little nitpicky detail stuff that'll come later. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.